150 years of Children's National Hospital. 150 years of groundbreaking research, of exceptional healthcare for kids, of helping families like mine and yours. 150 years stronger with your help. Please give today. Visit childrensnational.org/150 years. That's childrensnational.org/150 years.
Hi, and welcome back to Boss Wife. I am your host, Ebony. Here is where you would get your motivation for the week. Here is where you would get the tools and tips to learn how to play, laugh, and live hard, unapologetically. Here is where you will learn to erase the lines of the box because you realize you cannot be contained. Here is where you will learn how to show up for yourself. Here is where the most powerful transition will begin in your life. Welcome to Boss Wife. Hey guys, welcome back. So last week, I was not able to tune in because I had a little procedure done on my knee and I was completely out of it. So trust me, you guys would not have wanted to hear me talk anyway. Let's just do like a quick recap. So this weekend, my daughter graduated or got promoted from the 8th grade to the 9th. And I'm so excited. She actually was in the top 10% of her class. And that's very exciting for a mom or a parent, period. I also, we've had a lot of graduations at my church and my church family. My best friends' kids have been graduating. So I have been a pretty busy person since the last time we've talked. And you guys, I just kind of wanted to give you something that I was hit with totally heavy this week. I heard someone say that, it doesn't matter how high you climb. You should never say, I'm trying to reach the top, or I'm trying to reach the next level, or I'm trying to reach, this platform. Because the reason why I say that is because when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, how have I never thought of that? We try and reach a certain level in life. We try to reach a certain success. We try to reach a certain, or grasp a certain perspective on things. And we kind of put a cap there, without even saying, let's put a cap here. And so when I heard the saying, live your life, keep striving to be better and to do more. And, don't try to reach for the next level, because the next level can continue. There's no ceiling, there's no roof. So there's not a certain level of success that we're trying to reach to, because our life won't end, right? So once you reach a certain level that you've been trying to obtain, what's your next thing? Have you guys thought about that? Okay, I have goals. I set these perimeters for me, these guidelines for me. I set these amazing, these amazing obstacles that I have to achieve myself, that I put on myself. So once I achieve those things, what's next? Do you all have a follow-up plan or plan B or plan A or plan continue? A plan C is your plan to continue. I just thought it was very mind-blowing when I heard it. I was like, wow, I'm never going to stop striving. I'm never going to stop, reaching for different things in life, because there's not a cap on it. There's not a cap on my success. There's not a cap on how much success I can have. And we've already determined that success is not monetary, right? So there's not a cap on my happiness. There's not a cap on my relationships. Even though I'm married, there are totally so many goals in my marriage that we need to achieve, so many things that we need to conquer and, overcome, so in everything that we do, you guys, try not to limit yourself to a certain cap. Try not to limit yourself to a certain floor. Once we get to the 13th floor, is that the end of the building? Well, guess what? Let's continue to build a building. Let's continue to build a skyscraper, because once we get to the top of that, we need to continue to build on top of that, and then on top of that. So I thought that was very amazing when I heard it. I thought it was very inspiring, very inspirational, and I wanted to share it with my group, my kids, my sisters, my brothers, whoever's listening, my best friends, my late night owls. I wanted to share it with my community, pretty much. Okay, so there you guys have it. There's your nugget for the week. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I do apologize again for not tuning in last week. Like I said, I did have a knee procedure, small knee procedure done. I had a tear in my meniscus. And once they got into my knee, he realized that it wasn't the meniscus that I was having problems with. It was the cartilage in my bone, where my bone had chipped off, and they started tearing up my cartilage around it. And so anyway, my meniscus was not repairable, but he cleaned up my knee, went in and fixed it. It's all new. Hopefully, in a few weeks after my recovery, I should be good to go and back to working out, back to the gym. So I will not let that stop me. I will not let that deter me. I am definitely going to continue my mental health, physical health, spiritual health goals. Okay, so tonight we're talking about mental health. And you guys, everything that we talk about is pretty much mental health, but tonight is going to be mental stability. And the reason why I chose this is because one of my biggest pet peeves is trying to help people and they have a mental block. And it aggravates me a lot, because let me tell you why. Because I do love people where they are. I do respect people where they are. I do not pass judgment on people. My biggest pet peeve though is when someone is trying to help you, someone's trying to give you a hand, someone is saying, hey, I've been there, done that, let me show you a different way. I feel like we definitely should take that opportunity and use it to our advantage. You don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made. If I've already made those mistakes, talk to me, figure out the mistakes that I made so that you can make a different route for yourself. Now, the path that I took may not be the exact same path that you took, but the situation may be the same, right? So when you are on this path of life and you're realizing, that someone is trying to give you advice, someone is trying to help you out, someone is trying to say, don't hurt yourself, don't allow this headache or this heartache, or don't allow your self-esteem to drop. Listen to those people, take in those gems, because the more you live life, you're going to look back and be like, why in the world did I allow myself to go through this? Or why in the world did I, permit myself? Give yourself permission to be destroyed mentally or physically or spiritually. So tonight we're going to talk about mental stability, because it is very, very important that you realize your mental stability affects the rest of your entire body. Okay. First point of tonight is to value yourself. Treat yourself with kindness and respect. Avoid self-criticism. We've already talked about this a lot. So make time for your hobbies and your favorite projects. Avoid burdens and just daily obstacles that will just completely knock your self-esteem down or completely just take you out of your body mentally, right? We have those certain circumstances where we find ourselves in, whether it's dealing with a certain person, dealing with a certain family member, dealing with a certain relative, that will just totally take your mind to a place you don't want to go. Because once you get upset, I don't know if you guys are like me, but once you get upset, that's it. It ruins your whole day. My blood pressure's up. I'm sweating. I'm exhausted mentally. My hormones are exhausted because all cylinders were on go, right? So avoid those things. Avoid things that will make you criticize yourself. Avoid things that just don't show you any respect at all. So as a person, we can't demand respect from people, right? We can't demand respect from certain situations or certain circumstances, because if you're new to something, they have nothing to respect, right? Respect is earned, it's built. Okay, so we totally understand that. If you know there is a situation in your life that is coming up, or a person that is coming around you and they don't respect you and they're going to completely tear you down and take you to a whole nother level, avoid that person, avoid that circumstance, avoid that obstacle. Okay. Do a daily crossword puzzle or something. Plant a garden, take dance lessons, learn to play an instrument or become fluent in another language. I used to try to teach myself Latin. When I was in school, I really wanted to learn Latin. It was a dead language at that time, so I took French. My kids now are taking Spanish because, and I try to stress this to them a lot, because we're in the United States of America, we are in a melting pot, which means we have so many different people all around us. Like, it's even okay to take Creole. Like, teach yourself something that you thought you would never use, because let me tell you, I have worked with just about every ethnicity and I love it, and I just wish that I could connect with them on something totally different and just be an outstanding person that they, work with or have met, because I've took out the time to learn their language, because guess what? They had to learn our language when they moved over here, right? Or when they transitioned. I don't really know the proper way to say that, but I'm not trying to offend anyone, but they, people had to learn our language, so why not take the time out to invest yourself and invest in something that is definitely going to help you in the long run? That will definitely help you to value yourself, because now you have another arsenal in your book, right? You have another tool that you can use, that you can pull out at any given moment, that your partner may not have, or that someone that may not have, right? So create your own experiences. That's what life is all about. My next tip is something that I really, really take dear to, is give of yourself. Volunteer your time and your energy to help someone else. You'll feel good about doing something tangible to help someone in need. My daughter, my modeling studio is not too far from the homeless area in Chattanooga, and we passed through there some nights, and my daughter was saying, Mom, when I get paid or when I get some extra money, I want to come back and, and feed the homeless. And I was like, well, there are tactics to doing things like that, because, and you just have to be honest with your kids, even though we love the greatness in them, right? We love the adolescence, that newness, that shelteredness, right? I was just explaining to her that regardless of the need, you have to still be careful, because some homeless people will attack you. Some homeless people have mental issues that they can't really help. They're not on medication or the proper medication. So, there are different tactics to doing things like that. So I was like, we could probably go volunteer at a shelter and help feed the homeless, in a confined space where it's just not us in our car. And, when Dad is definitely with us. But, I love the fact that she was willing to give of herself, give of something that she doesn't have a lot of, just because she saw the need. And, a lot of times I think sometimes we just forget the fact that other people need things that we may have, and we just totally disregard that. And we take for granted that extra spaghetti that we're going to throw out. We take for granted those extra hot dogs that we're tired of eating 3 days after 4th of July. We take for granted the extra clothes that our kids have outgrown, and we're like, oh, that's no good, I'm just going to throw it away. No, donate that. Send it to Africa, send it to China, send it to, Indonesia, whoever needs it. Don't throw it away. Yes, we do have kids here who are needing clothes and shoes as well, but sometimes we want to feel like sometimes we want to feel bigger than our normal circumstances. So, I don't really doubt or judge anyone who wants to send things across the country, or whatever, help whomever. I don't care. Just help someone else. See the need, fulfill the need. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That was my second point, you guys. Just give of yourself. Okay. My third point is keep your mind. Okay. Try meditating, mindfulness, relaxation exercises, prayer can improve your state of mind and an outlook on your life. I am definitely a Christian, definitely a believer. And I do believe that this is a walk, not a belief or a faith. Hopefully I said that in the right order. This is a daily walk, right? Christianity is a daily walk. It's not just something that I pick up my Bible on Sundays and put it back down on Sunday afternoon and that's it. I don't look at it again. No, my Christianity is a daily walk that I do with Christ, a daily relationship. It is a daily meditation for me. Yes, I do believe in meditation spiritually as well. And let me just kind of give you my definition of the two. So I pray. We do intercessory prayer. I believe in speaking in tongues. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in being anointed and flowing in your different gifts that God has anointed you in. And I also believe in quiet meditation, where you are just becoming one with yourself, one with your environment, one with your home, one with your children, like just bringing it all in, sitting in a quiet spot, getting in your favorite yoga position and just releasing all of those toxins that the word has deposited into us and that we've allowed different toxic people to deposit into our spirit and into our bodies. Since I've been at home, and I do apologize, guys, about my dog's barking, sorry. But since I've been at home, I've definitely realized that my skin isn't as dirty, or isn't, my face isn't as oily, my skin isn't peeling as much, just because I've been in the house as much. And I know you guys know that too. When you don't go outside, you don't pick up as many toxics as you would staying at home. So I've definitely noticed that about my skin. And I was thinking, wow, like even my spirit feels better because I haven't been going to work every day. And I'm not saying anything bad about work, but it's just the environments that we put ourselves in, like we pick up all of that energy. We pick up all of those different physical and spiritual and mental baggage that is in those certain places. I'm sorry, we do, so yes, if you want to say, I do believe in spirit transference, but we all should, because think about it. When you're around certain people, you either get on their level, right? They either have the will to pull you down to their level or pull you up to their level, or they have the will, or you have the will to manipulate them and make them come onto your level, whatever level that is. So that is the same thing, spirit of transference. But what I'm saying is release it all, So I do believe in meditating and releasing all of that. I do believe in cleansing your body, your spirit, your mind. And I definitely recommend that for your mental stability. It's definitely worth it, Now, I do not, I'm laughing. I'm sorry, because knowing my luck, someone on here definitely believes in it, but I do not believe in cleansing my house with a sage, like I don't believe in burning sage and cleansing my house with it, because I believe in the Holy Spirit, like I said. So, wherever two of them are gathered, that's where my Lord will be, right? So that's what I believe. My house is sanctified. We anoint my house. We anoint my doors. We anoint the couches. We anoint my children. Yes, and I do believe nothing can come into a home but through the head of the house. It's just like your body. When you get a cold, it comes through your head first, right? And then it goes out through your body. Take heed to that, guys. So you can't allow things in your head that are not going to affect your body. I'm sorry. It's just inevitable. Like, it's going to affect your body. It doesn't really matter what it is. If it's an earache, toothache, a headache, if it's if your gums are bleeding, you're going to taste it, right? If you cut your tongue, you're going to feel it and you're going to taste it. If you chip a tooth, okay, that affects your physical appearance as well as your inner appearance, right? Like you don't feel like you're too attractive at the moment because you're missing a tooth or you broke a tooth, but it is still affecting your physical body, right? So come on, guys, think about it. Protect your mind. That is your sanctuary. That is your altar. Your mind, when I was growing up, my mom used to tell me all the time not to watch certain things on TV. I couldn't listen to certain music. And I'm definitely the same way with my children now. And even now, like, you guys, PG-13 stuff, my husband and I have to watch before we allow our kids to watch, because now the new PG-13 is rated R. Like, the new PG-13s all say curse words. And I'm like, like, I do not, want my kids listening to that. Yes, they're going to hear it at school. Yes, they're going to hear it in the streets. Yes, they're going to hear it at the grocery store. Guess what? My house is my sanctuary. I'm not going to teach them that it's okay. Because it's not okay. It's not okay for my 13-year-old to believe she can curse somebody out. First of all, it's unattractive. And for him, it's unattractive. Second of all, it looks like you're illiterate. Like, you do not have a word vocabulary. A vocabulary, a word. I was trying to say a word library. But that's what it looks like. It looks like you do, like you're illiterate. Like, you can't come up with better words. You can't come up with a better conversation than to curse somebody out. And I do apologize if I'm offending somebody. I feel like that there are different ways to express yourself. Cursing should not be one of them. I don't have to put a curse on somebody, or I don't have to tell somebody what I think of them by using profanity. I just don't. So therefore, I'm not raising my children to do the same thing. No. If you want to say, hey, I'm sure you cursed, blah, blah, I didn't. Sorry, I'm a church baby. No, I did not follow the Bible to the T. I did not cross every I and dot every I. I did not cross every T and dot every I. But what I did do is I had standards. I still believed in my morals. I still believed in my God. I still believed in everything that I was being raised, to believe. So yeah, I was that girl that kept my virginity. I was that girl who didn't curse. I was that girl who didn't smoke. I was that girl who didn't drink. I just believe that, certain things should not even be acceptable, Christian or not. Like, I just had morals. I had standards. And I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys are raising your children the same way. What irks me, another pet peeve, is when I'm in a grocery store and somebody just starts blatantly like using the MF and the D and the GD, and I'm like, dude, like, and yes, I am that woman. If it's you, I'm letting you know, you definitely gonna get the stank eye, and I'm definitely gonna rip you to shreds with a great vocabulary. Sorry. Like, I can make you feel like you're the smallest person in the world with a great vocabulary. I can do it better than the person can with profanity. So, have standards, guys. Like, it's not attractive, and it's not something that you can use in an interview. Come on, let's be real. We can't use it in an interview. We can't use it at church. We hopefully you don't use it in front of your parents. I don't care how old you are. And like, if it's something that you can't use on a day-to-day basis, every environment that you're in, you shouldn't be using it at all, right? I can't use it at work. I can't curse out my patients and expect for them to be like, oh no, this is me, this is who I am, you gotta accept me. I wish y'all could see my little emotions right now. That would have been funny. But no, it's unacceptable. If it's unacceptable in the academic world, the career world, in whatever, in church, wherever, if it's unacceptable there, it should be unacceptable in the grocery store. Done. Spill over. Sorry. All right. Next point is learn how to deal with stress. Okay. So, like it or not, stress is a part of our life, right? Practicing good coping skills. Try 1 minute of stress strategies. Taekwondo exercises, take a nature walk, play with your pet, or try to journal. Writing is a great stress reducer. I totally believe in that. I've been a writer my whole life. I have incorporated it into my children's lives. I've incorporated it into a lot of family members' lives. Like, seriously, like if you don't have an outlet, you feel like you will never be understood. You feel like nobody can really meet you mentally where you are, whether it's a low point, high point, medium point, wherever you are in your life. Get you a journal. Definitely jot down some ideas. Just write whatever. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was at a very low point in my marriage, I couldn't pray. I was extremely angry, and I was extremely upset. I was extremely broken. And I just couldn't pray, and I didn't feel like God had forsaken me. I just felt like he was there and he was just watching me, and I'm just being real with you guys. Like, we all have those moments, and my husband listens to my podcast sometimes, guys. So, I tell him all the time, I would never put him in a bad light ever. We all have our own moments, regardless of what we're going through. And marriage is never one-sided. It's never just one person's fault. Let me just put that disclaimer out there already. Any relationship is never just one person's fault. I do believe that there are always 3 sides to a story. Your side, that your spouse's side, or whomever, and the truth, So, anyway, I felt like God was sitting there with me and he was watching me go through it. I felt like I didn't have a comforter, even though I knew he was my comforter. I knew he was keeping me at those moments, but I didn't feel him. And like I said, I'm a church baby. So I know right from wrong. I know what to do and what not to do. And I knew I needed to pray, but the words wouldn't come out. I couldn't form them. I couldn't even, sometimes when I pray and I'll cry and I'll just ask God to hold me. And I don't know about you guys, but I can literally, in my lowest moments, at those most vulnerable moments, I can feel God wrapping his arms around me. and just comforting me and holding me like a dad would. And at those, at that moment, I felt like if I would have even asked him, I felt like he would have just been looking at me like, what are you doing? Like, I see you, or whatever the situation may be. I'm just telling y'all, like, I know I know, I've heard that in the moments that you don't see God, that he's the one that's carrying you. And I believe that. I really do. I believe that, those moments I definitely was being carried. And I just can't feel them. I'm just trying to be really real with you guys, very transparent. And so I would write out my prayers. Is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I did. I wrote out every word. And then I believe, because I know the Bible says you have to utter the words with your mouth. I believe that once my mind started revealing the prayers and my inner devils and my lowest thoughts and my most hurtful pains, like once my mind opened up, my heart did too. And I just felt like he was hearing my writing, if that makes sense to anybody. So I'm just really trying to encourage you to find different things to help you release stress, find different things to learn how to deal with stress. I'm just letting you know that writing was definitely fundamental to me. It was something that I have used in every point of my life, whether I was low, high, just okay, whatever. I feel very transparent whenever I'm writing anything or coloring. This week while I was down, my best friend brought me a coloring book. And she was like, I didn't get you no pens because I figured you already had some. I'm like, girl, yeah, I do. Like, probably like 2,000 or 3,000 pens in there. And I'm not even joking, because I buy like those big, 500 sets or whatever, and don't hardly use all of them anyway. But she was like, yeah, I just figured you already had some. I was like, yeah, I do, thanks. But that's just it. Like, I don't leave my house without a notebook in my purse. If you want to doodle, I'm not a good drawer, so I don't, you don't want to see my little people. That would frustrate me. That definitely would not be a release to me. But for my son, it would be, because he likes to paint. He may not like to write, and I have bought him journals. His room is covered in paintings, and there was a point in his life where he was feeling extremely black. Not physically, I'm saying mentally, like, he was going through his low stages in life. My kids are in their teens, so they're all hitting those stages. And he has some paintings that he released things out into. And one day he asked us if he could burn them. And and I just, he told his dad that he felt like he needed to get them out of the house. And to me, that was powerful, because in my writings, I can explain it. I can visualize what I'm saying. I can interpret it, whether it's bad or good, and then I can manipulate it to be whatever, right? In a painting, it's whatever your mind perceives it to be, and it's whatever the person who's looking at it perceives it to be, right? And it can be perceived in so many different ways. That's how art goes. And so writing is the same, yes, but I wasn't writing poetry. I used to write poetry, but not now. But unless you're writing poetry, it's not the same as just writing, just writing out your feelings. So I think it was just a very pivotal moment for me to see my son just be like, I need to get this out of the house, because it's very dark, it's very demonic. And even though to me it looked beautiful, like I thought it was amazing, but he knew what he put into it wasn't, because it was what he was feeling at the moment. And so I'm just telling you guys, like, picking up anything to use with your hands, picking up a microphone like this is therapeutic. Me talking to you guys is therapeutic, as much as therapeutic to you that it is to me. And all of your senses, if you want to sing, you want to talk, you want to write, go skating, exercising, all of those things are therapeutic. I'm just telling you guys, definitely use all of your resources, all of your tools that you have to help release the stress, okay? So I don't know if we covered this or not. Because when I get to talking, I just like talk. So I talk so fast that it's kind of hard for my brain to keep up with what I've already said. So I just want to give you guys some warning signs of mental illness or mental strain or mental stress. If you're feeling excessive paranoia, worry, anxiety, those are definitely signs that you need to look out for. Long-lasting sadness or irritability. Women, we're irritable all the time, right? Or just about all the time. No, not really. But seriously, like women, we tend to get more irritable than guys do. Let's just be real. We have anxiety. We worry more about things than guys do because we look at the big picture. Guys are looking at the one picture that's right in front of them that they have to take care of right then and there. So kind of narrow that down. Okay, ladies, let's set goals. Let's focus. We talk about this all the time. Make a strategy plan, an exit plan, like whatever you got to do, but narrow things down so that you're not overwhelmed. You're not worrying about things, not having anxiety. Because when we do get anxiety, when we are worrying more than we should be about something that we probably can't control, then we get irritable. Okay, so look out for those. Okay, extreme change moods. Extreme. Oh my goodness, tongue twister. Extreme changes in moods. Definitely look out for that. If you know it's not your time of the month and you're snapping, cutting everybody's head off, evaluate things in your life. Because we know, let's just be real. Ladies, we know. Guys, if you're listening to, if you know you're at your point, you've been doing this all week, you've been doing this for 2 or 3 days, like you just chopping people in half, doing whatever, saying whatever, don't have a care, I don't care if I lose my job, I don't care if I wreck my car, those kind of feelings, we get on our own nerves. So we know, when our moods are changing. Stop, analyze things in your life. If you don't know why you're angry, you don't know why you're crying, you don't know why you're upset, seek help. Okay. I went through a 6-month period of having a menstrual cycle, and let me tell you, it was awful. Like I almost lost a best friend during this period, and she knew what was going on with me. But still, it was just, sometimes it's unbearable for people around us to deal with us like that. And if you think there's nothing wrong and you think, your body's in balance, your moods are just changing without warning, you will know. You will definitely know, because people will tell you, especially your coworkers or the people you live in the house with. They'll say, hey, are you okay? What's going on? You've been crying, you've been sad, you've been depressed, you've been looking doom and gloomy, you've been anxious, you've been irritable, or even paranoid. Like, that's a big one, Now, I'm sorry, I just have to make a funny moment. I do know some people who are just paranoid. Okay, like I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that one alone. But if you are all of a sudden paranoid and you realize that you're more paranoid than normal, you might want to get help. Check it out. Stop and analyze things around you, or analyze your life. Okay, so social withdrawal. Some people are just natural hermits, and that is perfectly fine. But if you are not, and you realize, hey, I haven't been socializing, I haven't been talking, I haven't been calling people, I haven't been responding to texts or emails, outside of work or whatever, if I've been like ignoring my husband or my children or, my significant other, and I'm not going out with them, I'm not doing the things that I normally do, that is a sign. Okay, stop, analyze your situation, get help. Okay, drastic changes in eating or sleeping pattern. That's a huge one, because we know how much we like to eat, we know how much we like to sleep, and normally women, we have a drive about us anyway, so we're usually get up and goers because we got stuff to do. We got we got to get stuff done. If you realize that you're sleeping more than normal, you're eating more than normal. My doctor asked me that the other day. You guys, because I'm with my weight stuff, and I'm ADHD, and so he's trying to adjust my medicine, and I was telling him I needed my meds adjusted. That sounded like I was crazy, didn't it? But I'm not, y'all. I'm just, all these things I have going on in my life, I feel like they are contributing to my ADA, to my ADD, and not, and me not being able to keep things in order. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys. Like, yeah, I'm on right now. I am on Vyvanse. He just changed me over to Vyvanse. I was taking Adderall at first, and it just wasn't helping. So he was like, you should have lost more weight, even though you're not working out. You should still be losing weight, blah blah. And he was like, are you what did he say? Not a compulsive eater, like just a person who eats, like goes through spurts and just eats in spurts. And I was like, yes, I definitely am that person. Like binge eater. That's what he said. Cause I don't eat a lot. I don't snack a lot. I'm not a big junk food person. And he was like, okay, so what is the cause of the weight gain? He was like, even if you're not working out, you shouldn't have gained that much weight back since you haven't been working out, due to my knee. And so he was like, are you a binge eater? And I was like, I definitely am, whether I'm happy or sad, I binge eat. And, that's just not good. And so I'm just being realistic with you guys, for a disclaimer. And because it's okay for us to be real with someone. And you may say, well, Ebony, is easier because you're sitting at home and you're not looking at the people you're talking to. Well, hopefully this is going out worldwide and millions and millions of people are listening to me, so we can't hide behind things that we fear the most because we don't want to accept things that we know are true. Okay. So yes, I might not be looking directly into someone's face and telling them my deep, dark secrets, but I'm still telling people in their ear, and so here's one of those roads, guys. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore the signs. I'm telling you, I've made mistakes. I am making mistakes. So I went to my doctor and I said, hey, I am focused. I'm definitely focused, but I am focused on 10 things. And how is that possible? Like, I need you to help me do this, So he was like, okay, let's figure out a system. Let's get something in plan, in works and plan it out. And, let's knock out some of these obstacles, So, and I trust my doctor. I used to work for him. Actually, I was his personal MA, and, I trust him, even though I don't work there anymore. I kept him as my PCP because I trust him. He cares about me. He said, if there's something I want, he's like, I'm not doing that. He was like, I wouldn't do that for my children. I'm definitely not doing it for you. And I respect that, because most doctors be like, here, yeah, keep coming. Let me keep writing these prescriptions for you. Hey, let me keep getting that copay, or let me keep getting that money, and you can just get whatever you want. Because there are doctors out there that are like that. Trust me, I am in the medical field. They love writing prescriptions. They have no problems with writing them. So I respect that about my physician. And so, yeah, I go to him. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I got bumps on my back or bumps on my shoulder or a big bump on my forehead, whatever, whatever. And he's real. Like, you have to be real with people so that they can be real with you and help you through your problems and your troubles. Like, if you are suffering, don't suffer in silence. Girl, no, everybody's been there. I'm telling you, we all have a common ground.
Simplify your federal agency's technology procurement with Connection Public Sector Solutions. Connection's dedicated account managers, commitment to exceptional customer service, and extensive catalog of federal contracts make IT purchases quick, easy, and affordable. Turn your challenges into opportunities and get rid of your technology pain points with Connection today. Learn more about what's possible with Connection Public Sector Solutions at connection.com/Fed contracts.
Turn off your laptop. We're on staycation.
I'm on TotalWine.com. They have so many rosés, chardonnays, and proseccos. It feels like a real vacation.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Total Wine and more.
Anyway, so yes, he switched me over to Vyvanse to help me kind of focus in and tone and kind of just draw things in a little bit more narrow to help me. So, and it's okay, but anyways, let's get on with the points. I have 4 more points for you guys. So my next point is, drum roll please, set realistic goals. Girl, we've already talked about this. We've already established this. I really shouldn't have to say too much more, but decide what you want to achieve academically, professionally, personally, and write down the steps you need to realize Write down the steps you need to realize your goals. Aim high, but realistically, okay? And don't overschedule yourself. And you'll enjoy a tremendous sense of accomplishments and self-worth as you progress towards your goals. So I am also a life coach. I am a confidence coach. Let me rephrase that. I don't coach people in their just everyday normal lives. Like, I am a confidence coach. I help you build confidence, as you can see. So as a confidence coach, my instructions to you are for setting realistic goals. Step 1 of 4. Definitely analyze things. Like, it's okay to write everything out. Yes, write everything down, write down all your goals, but then you need to prioritize them, put them in order, and then we need to reprioritize them and put them in order of achievements. Okay, I cannot achieve losing 60 pounds in 2 days. That's unrealistic. I can't achieve a master's in psychology in a year. That's not realistic. Okay, so make sure your goals are realistic. Write everything down. No accomplishment is too outlandish or too far-fetched, but there are certain things that just aren't achievable in a certain amount of time. That's all I'm saying, okay? My next point is break up the routine. Although our routines make us more efficient and enhance our feelings and securities of safety, a little change of pace can perk up a tremendous schedule. Okay, alter your jogging routine, plan a road trip, take a walk in a different park, hang with some new people that you haven't hung with in like years. Look up that old friend. Hang some new pictures up in your living room. Rearrange your living room. Rearrange your bedroom. All of these things help you mentally. I am definitely that person who cannot have a living room for 2 years straight. And I'm not saying my furniture. No, the rearrangement of it. Like, I have to rearrange my furniture in my living room and just about every room at least twice a year, if not 3 times a year. I was thinking about that today, actually, because I've been at home for about a week now, and I'm just like, do I want to change some stuff? I am going to take down my pictures, though, just letting y'all know. Okay, back to everything else. Okay, so see, this is very therapeutic for me. I'm telling you guys, like, I enjoy talking to you guys so much every Tuesday. Like, I really did miss you guys last Tuesday, and I was like, could I be able to? And I was like, no, Ebony, you don't even try. So there is really no telling what I might have said last Tuesday. But anyway, okay, so break up the routine, do something different, spice it up. Just like in our relationships, we spice things up. Come on, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. So spice up your daily routines, go a different route to work. I have actually started, you guys will be so proud of me. I actually started going to get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts instead of Starbucks every morning. I am, because for one reason, I realized when I got to 200 points, I can buy a whole meal from Starbucks. Like, but you guys may be like, 200 points, that's a lot. I know. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, so seriously, I have really started going to, like, Krispy Kreme and just getting a coffee and 1 donut. And then I've started going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting just coffee because I don't like anything they serve, but their iced coffee is really good. And then, I might go to Starbucks once a week, but right before I actually had my surgery, I don't think I went to Starbucks at all that week. So I was doing pretty good. But anyway, just saying, spice things up. Do something different. Don't go the same way you go to work every morning. Don't come home the same way you come home every day. Go somewhere different for lunch. Or, if you take your lunch every day, hey, be on the wild side. Go out for lunch that day. Don't take your food. If you eat out every day, be on the wild side and the financial side and take your lunch, because it gets very expensive if you're eating out every day for work. Because I know with us, we eat it on the weekends, probably twice every weekend. So if I'm doing that every week, whew, girl, yeah, that eats up your pockets. I'm telling you, it does. So break up the routine. Okay. Next point, get help when needed. Let me add this in there too. Okay. I just kind of want to touch back on what I was saying about drugs and alcohol. Okay. So yes, I'm that person who didn't smoke, didn't do drugs, didn't do alcohol. So what I'm about to say is don't abuse it. Oh my God, abuse it. Keep alcohol to a minimum. Okay, avoid using drugs. Sometimes people use alcohol and drugs to self-medicate, but really, alcohol and other drugs only aggravate things. Like, they only make things worse. You know, I don't really know if you guys have ever experienced somebody who's drunk or high or just like, you know, off their rocker. Even with store drugs, like prescription drugs, like, you can abuse those things too. So guys, like, it's not cute to pick up your best friend drunk and throwing up. Not cute to hold back nobody's hair while they're throwing up. I'm definitely not cleaning it up. You know, I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying, don't abuse it. You know, if you drink socially, cool, that's you, do you. Nobody should be doing drugs though. I'm sorry, but we shouldn't be doing any kind of drugs. But as far as, you know, trying to get away from that moment of depression, just trying to get away from reality, I do understand. And I'm just be real with y'all. I do collect wine glasses. I do collect alcohol glasses, like the little, you know, margarita cups and the full wine glasses, and then short wine glasses and long stem like, I love wine glasses. I do. So this is what I do. I put my tea in it, or I should have put some in there tonight. I didn't think about that. Okay, anyway, I put tea, Dr. Pepper, whatever. If you get you a really, and that may be why I'm overweight, because I abuse Dr. Pepper or Pepsi. But yes, like, and that is my drug. That's my drug of choice. And yes, that is detrimental to my health. So I've been, you know, I actually been doing pretty good. I haven't really had one. I did have one last night at my daughter's graduate promotion dinner. But anyway, I'm just saying, in everything, there should be moderation. Okay. And I know, you know, whatever, a lot of things people can say about alcohol. Okay, it's cool, whatever, do you. What I'm saying is, don't kill your liver. Don't turn your brain into Swiss cheese. I don't think people realize long-term uses of those things affect your body extremely. Okay, so one thing that I did skip and leave to the end was my last point is, drum roll please, it is, hold on guys, I'm looking for it. Take care of your body. Okay, so my last point is take care of your body. Eat nutritious meals, avoid smoking and vaping, drink plenty of water, exercise, get enough sleep, get enough rest, get enough recreational time. These things, because like I said, you know, when your mind is mentally distraught, so is your body. And we can't help it. Okay, if you're stressed, you're anxious, your body is going to feel it. I'm sorry, it is. So limit those people, limit those circumstances, limit those obstacles, and try to embrace and enhance clarity in your life. Okay, eliminate things that aren't building you. Eliminate things that are going to hinder you and cause you to stress and worry and being anxious and be irritable. We don't want our family members regretting being around us. Okay, I have some. I'm like, if they, no, I'm not doing it. You know, I don't care how much I miss you, want to be around you. If you're irritable, dude, I'm straight. Like, I don't have to, because I don't want that in my spirit. I don't want to be invaded with your emotional baggage, right? So that's my spiel on mental stability. And I am so glad you guys came out tonight. I do apologize one more time for not being able to be there for you guys last week. And I do want to leave one confidence nugget with you guys. Accept who you are. That's been really heavy in my spirit this week. We're all different. It's much healthier to accept who you are than to try to be someone else. Okay, feeling good about yourself will boost your confidence and help you to learn more skills, like the skills that we talked about, the different languages and different talents, and you know, learn how to sing, learn how to dance, go figure out how to skate, figure out how to do badminton, figure out how to do tennis. Okay, confidence just makes you a better person all the way around. Okay, good self-esteem always helps you to cope with life difficulties. Okay, it'll help you cope with different things that comes at you. When you are sure in who you are and you are present in who you are. You're not estranged with yourself. You know that you're loving yourself. You're taking time to pamper yourself. Those things build you, and they build you mentally. So when life throws us those curveballs or those stepping blocks and those stepping stones, we're going to step up on them, right? We're going to use them to get us higher, to continue to build what we've already been building on, right? Okay. So also, when you feel confident in yourself, you're able to trust in your own abilities and your qualifications, and it's easy to trust your own judgment. You know, as women, we tend to not trust our own judgment sometimes. Listen, if you're telling yourself yes, and then you think your mind is telling you no, listen to your heart, okay? Always listen to your heart, because that's where your true emotions and your true feelings are coming from. All right. So, to end off tonight with a great life quote is one of my favorites, actually. And let me get it out here. It is, oh, you're like, what? If it's your favorite, why don't you memorize it? Like I said, I got too many things in my head already. So, okay, here it is. So it is, as is our confidence, so is our capability. William Hazlitt. Okay, guys, look him up. I love that quote. It's one of my favorites. I repeat it all the time to help build my own confidence. I love you guys. Please enjoy your night, your week. Thank you guys for coming back and joining me on this Tuesday. Like, share, and respond. Like, send me messages, send me questions, anything you want to talk about. Okay, I am on YouTube and everything else: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you're on, I'm on. You can leave me a message, send me a message on any one of those as well. Okay, love you guys. Have a good week.
Is it time for a new heating and cooling system? Turn to the experts at Griffith Energy Services and Carrier today and get 0% financing for 18 months on a new heating and cooling system. Get the comfort you deserve from Griffith Energy Services and Carrier. Visit griffitenergyservices.com today for this and other exclusive offers. That's griffitenergyservices.com. License number MDHVACR 01-2278.
Griffith Energy Services. Doggone dependable.
Turn off your laptop. We're on staycation.
I'm on TotalWine.com. They have so many rosés, chardonnays, and proseccos. It feels like a real vacation.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Total Wine and more.